Next, we are going to talk about horizontal, vertical, parallel lines, and perpendicular lines. Seems like a lot in one thing, so this might be a little long, but is what it is. So here were our three forms of the linear equation: y equals mx plus b, that's point slope; ax plus by equals c, that's standard; and y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, that's point slope. Now, using these is going to depend on what we're finding here. So generally, we go back to the y equals mx plus b form, but we'll see. Okay, here's a set of points, 4, 5, and 6, 5. And first, we are going to find the slope like we always do. So we do y minus y over x minus x. That's 5 minus 5 over 6 minus 4. That's 0 over 2, and that's 0. Okay, well, we could deal with the slope of 0. You know why? Because 0 is a perfectly fine rational number. Sometimes students get freaked out if they get 0 as an answer, like, oh, 0. There's something weird about 0. It might be true, but 0 is a rational number, so we can use it. You can have a slope of 0. And in fact, a slope of 0 is horizontal, completely flat. Remember, it goes like this. It's going down. This is a negative slope to me. It's positive to you. So it's going like flat, 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 flat. 0. Then it starts going negative, 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 negative. 0, positive, 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 positive. Or backwards for you. That's negative, 0, positive. Okay, so this is a horizontal line. Very, very big deal. Horizontal, m equals 0. Now, let's think about the other pair. If I do y minus y, I get 3 minus 2 over 7 minus 7, and I get 1 over 0. What is 1 over 0? Well, it is undefined. That means that there is no slope, okay? Now, there is a difference. There is a difference between having a slope of 0 and having no slope at all. Okay, let me explain it. No slope is also called an undefined slope because you can't divide by 0. If you tried to put 1 divided by 0 into your calculator, you would either get undefined or error, probably math error, because you're not allowed to divide by 0. Now, the famous Chuck Norris joke is that only Chuck Norris can divide by 0, and I used to have people call me the Chuck Norris of math, honestly. Just kidding. Some students did once, but I still can't divide by 0 either. So can't divide by 0, there is no slope. Okay, that's fairly straightforward. Now, first, how did I know that these were horizontal and vertical? Well, let's go ahead and jot a graph of those. Let me get rid of my equations here. If I jot a graph of these, I go over 4 up 5, plot my point, over 6 up 5, plot my point. Now, I only plotted 2 points, but you can already see that they're starting to be in a line. And what I have in common here is that my y value is 5. So 4, 5, 6, 5. I could do 3, 5 just to prove, because you do have to have 3 points to determine a line. So I'll do 3, 5. If you only have 2 points, it's not enough to establish a line. You have to have at least 3 points. So if I go over 3 up 5, you'll see that, yes, it is in the same line. So it is horizontal. Any point, oops, I didn't draw that very straight, but you get it. Any point that has the y value of 5 is going to lie on this line. It doesn't matter what the x value is. I could have x be a negative number. It would just be over here. Negative fraction, over here. Positive fraction, over here. Positive infinity, over here. It's on this line. As long as my y equals 5, it's on this line. So guess what? Piece of cake. That is the equation. Since all the y values are 5, the equation is y equals 5. Why? Because it hits the y-axis at 5. That's it. It crosses the y-axis at 5, y equals 5. The slope is 0, so even if I put that in there as y equals 0x plus 5, the 0x term would cancel out, and I would go back to y equals 5. So horizontal, always y equals wherever it crosses the y-axis. And if all I do is give you 2 points, the y values will be the same. Now, with that said, I bet you can figure out the equation for this. 7, 3, 7, 2. Just while I draw it, just think in your head about use what you already know. When the when the y values were the same, the equation was y equals that value. Now my x values are the same. Okay, let's see what happens. I go 7, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, over 7 up 3, over 7 up 2. I need a third point, so I'll go 7, 1, over 7 up 1. Jeepers, surprise, surprise, it's forming a vertical line. Now, there's a couple things about vertical lines. We've got our magic y equals mx plus b. I say magic because I like that equation, because I can already see the slope and the y-intercept if I'm given it, so it's super easy to graph. But look at, I have no slope here because my slope was undefined. Remember, there was no slope. I can't put in 0. 0 is a number. Remember, I said I was going to tell you the difference between no slope and 0 slope. 0 means like $0 in my bank account. I have $0, but I do have a bank account. No slope means I don't even have the bank account to put money into. There is nothing. I cannot use it and put it into an equation because it's not a number. Okay, so I have no slope. I also have no y-intercept because look at it, never crosses my y-axis. If I have no slope and have no y-intercept, this is worthless to me. I cannot use it. Can't use it. Okay, so all I have to do is think back to what I said about if it is horizontal, then it only crosses the y-axis, so only the y value matters. So the equation was y equals whatever the y value is. Now, only the x value matters. This equation is x equals 7. And just like the other one, if I had a negative y value, it'll just be down here. If I have a positive y value, it'll be up here. Negative 1,000,000.1 down here. Positive infinity up here. It doesn't matter. As long as my x value is 7, it will be on that vertical line. So recap. Horizontal, 0 slope. No money in the account. M equals 0. The equation horizontal only crosses y. The equation is y equals, I'll just put a letter here. Y equals y1. Okay, that means y equals whatever the y value is because it only crosses the y-axis. So if I gave you these points, 3, 2, 8, 2, negative 1, 2, my equation is y equals 2, period. That's it. Vertical, opposite. M, undefined. Undefined, no slope, empty set, however you want to say it. Points are always going to have the same x value because vertical only crosses x. 1, 5, 1, negative 3, 1, 0. Equation, x equals 1. Done. That's the difference between horizontal and vertical lines. Okay, now I think I'm going to just save the vertical, sorry. I'm just going to save the parallel and perpendicular for another video because this is getting long. There you go.